What's good, guys? It's DemiM7. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and you're gonna have a great weekend. I know it. Just a few days ago, HBO released the trailer for season 2 of The Last of Us. And listen, I love season 1. I thought it was great. I'm a big fan of the games. I thought it was very faithful, but also provided some different things, new twists to the story and the game itself. I just thought it was excellent. And I also thought the two main stars, Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey, were great as their characters, Joel and Ellie. Now, as I'm sure we all know, The Last of Us Season 2 is going to be following a lot of the same beats and storylines from the video game The Last of Us Part 2, which I'm sure all of you know is one of the most divisive video games ever created. Me personally, I loved it. I loved what happens, and I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. But many people do not feel the same way. Many people have a lot of issues with what happens in the story, what happens with certain characters. Not going to spoil anything, obviously. So I feel like no matter what, The Last of Us Season 2 is going to be very divisive once again, because I'm sure it is going to be very faithful to the game, or at least parts of the game. But when this trailer for Season 2 came out, what everybody apparently is talking about is Bella Ramsey. Specifically, it's her casting. It's backlash for Bella Ramsey being cast as Ellie again. I mean, are we really doing this again? For those of you who may not know, when it was announced that Bella Ramsey was going to be playing Ellie in this live action show, she did receive a lot of backlash for one very main reason. And it's the fact that she doesn't look like Ellie in the video game. And when I say she got backlash for this, I mean she got eviscerated online. Last of Us fans were throwing tantrums everywhere, saying you could have picked so many other people that look so much more like Ellie, and I'm sure they would have done great, and blah, 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 whatever. Because for me personally, I don't care that Bella Ramsey doesn't look exactly like Ellie from the video game. What I care about is how well she portrays Ellie. How well does she capture Ellie's person, her personality, her vices, everything that makes her her, everything that makes her the character that we've come to know and love. And as far as I'm concerned, she put all the doubters to rest with season 1 of Last of Us. Bella Ramsey was great as Ellie. Like, I can't believe we're doing this whole thing again that, oh, she doesn't look like her. This is such a miscast. It's such a miscast. She doesn't look like the video game character Ellie. Let me make this clear. A miscast for me isn't just that someone doesn't look like the character. That's not a miscast to me. A miscast is when an actor doesn't properly portray what the character is written to be. I don't mind so much if an actor doesn't look exactly like a pre-established character that we know from like a video game or a book or a comic book, something like that. I don't care too much about their looks if they actually play the character faithfully and accurately. Because I'm going to be so honest with you right now, all of you complaining about Bella Ramsey and how she doesn't look like Ellie, you guys didn't say a damn thing about Tom Holland looking like Nathan Drake, because that is an example of a miscast. You want to talk about miscast? That's it right there. Tom Holland looks nothing like Nathan Drake, but I didn't hear any of you say a word about that. At least with Bella Ramsey, she actually plays the role of Ellie extremely well and extremely accurately. Tom Holland was not Nathan Drake in that stupid Uncharted movie. Let's be real. Again, just in case I haven't already made it very clear enough, this is all just my opinion. I understand everyone values different things when it comes to seeing their beloved characters come to life in live action form. I get all of that. But I really do believe this backlash towards Bella Ramsey is completely coming out of left field, and it's just very unfair considering the work that she put into season 1. Again, if she was bad, if I thought that she actually was bad as Ellie in season 1, she didn't do a good job, she wasn't acting well, you know, all that kind of stuff, then I totally get it. Then I completely get it. I'd say right here that she was miscast. But she didn't do a bad job. She was terrific. I personally felt like she did such a great job at bringing Ellie to life and bringing a lot of her mannerisms, all of her different things, her qualities, her quirks, her uniqueness. I don't want to forget to point out that also a big issue that people seem to have after that trailer for season 2 was that Bella still looks super young instead of like looking a little bit older, a little bit more mature like Ellie did in The Last of Us Part 2. And I can at least understand that to an extent. I mean, yes, Bella has a very youthful face, and you know, they maybe could have waited another year or so just to see how much more she would have grown up. But again, in the grand scheme of things, I really don't think it's that big of a deal so long as Bella plays that maturity, plays that older, you know, version of Ellie well. I want to finish this off by saying, if you were there online when Bella was announced as Ellie, and you saw all of the ridiculous and disrespectful and harmful posts coming her way about how she looks, it's really sad. It's crazy to see how much some people truly value appearance versus the actual performance itself. And I think that's what we're missing here. Now, of course, if you felt like Bella Ramsey didn't do very well in season 1 of The Last of Us, okay, I mean, to each their own. I mean, you can let me know in the comments. But I thought she was great. And considering that we all know that season 2 of The Last of Us is going to have a lot on her shoulders, because again, if you know the story, you know what happens with Ellie, you know what happens with the people around her. It's a lot. There's going to be so much on Bella Ramsey's shoulders. And I think she's going to pull it off super well, just like she did in the first season. If you didn't like her performance in season 1, fine. It is what it is there. But please stop calling this a miscast. You know what I mean? Like, just because she doesn't look like Ellie, completely 100%, doesn't make it a miscast, because she was excellent and I thought she was great at bringing this character to life. But I don't know. That's just what I think about it. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let's talk about it. Let's chop it up. Let's see what we've got to say to each other. And until next time, peace.